Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow out of Diagnostics. Today we have a 2006 Ram 2500 5.7 liter. Customer complaint is, oh, there's the complaint, it's flashing. No crank. What's the history? He said he replaced the starter, connected the battery back up, truck is dead in the water. So, okay. It ran perfectly fine before that. Except for, I guess, the starter went out. So, 207,000 miles. Full code scan. And we see some modules are not online, like ABS, TCM, PCM. Now, there's PCM 2. Why are there two PCMs? That's a Chrysler thing. So, the PCM, there's only one unit, but it has two different networks that it talks on. So on this network, talking to the scanner, we have lost communication with IPM, or the TIPM under the hood, implausible fuel volume received, lost fuel message, lost ambient temperature message. These are all like instrument cluster data PIDs. In the wireless control module, we have lost communication with, again, TIPM. In the gateway, or the body control module, or the TIPM, it's all one unit. This is lost communication with TCM, lost communication with ECM, lost communication with ABS. So how are these modules setting communication codes, but yet we can talk to them on the scanner, or at least some of them? Step one, you need a wiring diagram of the information bus. So let's pull that up and kind of make a game plan. Alright, here we go. On all data, these are the OE diagrams. So, there's our TIPM. There's our diagnostic connector. So, pins 6 and 14, high speed, it says diagnostic can see. They just talk to the gateway or the TIPM. Now, there are some other wires, and you have to keep in mind some of these may or may not be for this truck. So if it has three little squares, it's SRT. This is definitely not the SRT. This is just a regular Hemi. So we don't have this white wire on the DLC. So from the DLC, we can talk to the powertrain control module. How is that on this SCI receive and transmit? Pins 7 and 12. That's how we're reading codes from PCM2, but PCM1 on the, from the TIPM, we can't talk to that. Interesting. And how does the PCM talk to the TIPM? Well, let's keep going here. So there's a CAN B bus. Again, two wire. There's a cluster. There's our Sentry Key remote, anti-theft module. A bunch of other stuff, radio. And then, also on the CAN B, we have cluster. Oh, this is the same. It's just the negative leg. And then there's a CAN C bus. This is the high-speed powertrain bus. There's our engine computer. That's the gas version. And then we have our ABS. So, with the scanner, we can't talk to the ABS because it has to go through the CAN C bus to the TIPM, and then on the diagnostic CAN C to the scanner. Okay, we're trying to, just using codes and a wiring diagram, can we pinpoint this problem so our testing is efficient and we can figure this problem out quickly? Let's see, what else is on this drivetrain? So, yeah, ABS, and then the powertrain, which is TCM and ECM. And that's what it looks like, that's what the problem is. So, what's the easiest place to test this CAN C bus? We can go to the ABS, or the PCM, whichever one's more accessible, or even the TIPM. If we can find this connector C6 pin 1, it's a white and light green wire. Pin 9, connector C6, it's going to be white and light blue wire. So let's find those two somewhere and see if we can probe those. Alright guys, so I got the TIPM up and we already see some modifications. We see some green crusties. So connector C6 is going to be 4756. 4756 right here, and pins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some green crusties in there. Well, let's want to make sure our problem is still there. I heard the fuel pump kick on. Look, our security light's not on anymore. Well, very interesting. So far that's the only thing I touched. I just lifted up the TIPM, saw the green crusties, truck fired right up. So my game plan is to unplug all those connectors, spray them all with deoxit, make sure all the pins are good, see what's on the network pins if they're, you know, green and crusty. But it seems like it was just a coincidence. You plugged that in and the communication stopped. So that's a perfect example of you touch something and you fix it, but we know exactly what we touched, so we know we're really close to the problem. I'll say, you know, clean the connections up. If this happens again, that TIPM is all green and crusty inside, that's what you're going to need. So pretty fast diagnosis, but you have to be careful. Don't jump the gun. You need to collect the data and look at the diagram before you touch anything. So at least now we have a very good direction of where the issue is. Let's do a visual on that fuse box. Alright, by the way, before we get too far into that, let's start from scratch, turn the key off, put it back in. Okay, so if the fuel pump turns on, then we're good. So start enabled. Let's do a smart scan on all the modules now. Hey look, PCM1 is back online, TCM1 is back online, ABS is back online. Just beautiful. And then PCM2, that's the SCI bus. Then you see it's a little slower. So no codes there. And the FCM, I guess this truck does not have. The front control module. So let's see what is stored in the ABS. Okay, we can clear all those out. Battery was disconnected, obviously. So clear DTCs. Okay. And I'll do that one more time just to our ABS light's not on or our brake light's not on. Okay, looks good. Let's do a smart scan one more time. This is where topology is priceless. You see all the green modules on the high-speed can, so I'm happy with that. I think this truck will be in good shape once we clean up those connectors on the fuse box. Well, just doing a visual inspection, nothing looks terrible. Some of the connectors are a little, plastic's getting a little, you know, cracked, but the pins look decent, even though there's a little green on the outside. The only modification here is this white, dark blue going to white and brown on this blue connector. Otherwise, everything looks pretty stock. So, by the way, Deoxit, fix your can. What a waste. Alright, everything's plugged back in. Beautiful. Do one more smart scan. So, in this case, you want to tell the customer, we got the truck running, found a little bit of corrosion on the connectors, we cleaned it up. If this happens again, same exact symptoms, you know, that fuse box is going to be on its way out. And there's a really cool service, Max Tip'em Rebuilders. Make sure you get a picture of the part number from the side of the Tip'em, and you can send your core in, or buy a new one and send your core in for a refund, and they guarantee their results. Plug and play. So that's where I go to get my Tip'ems for Chryslers. So let's do one more smart scan. And get out of here. Oh, I guess we got to back all the way out. Dodge. Make sure auto ID is the vehicle. Yep. Now we can do a smart scan. So the gateway tells the scanner which modules are present on the vehicle. And after unplugging the Tip'em, I assume we'll definitely have some codes here. So when we finish scanning it, we'll see what the codes are. Just erase them. Be good to go. So nice, quick, easy one. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.